What's going on, y'all? It's Dizzy back here with Master Detective Archives, Raincode Plus, and I apologize about the sudden cutoff of the end of last episode, but it was late, and I was running out of storage capacity, and all that, and actual time on the recording software here on the console, but yeah, I had to cut it off right in the middle of here, and I believe we were trying to figure out when the distraction. Well, first off, we were trying to figure out how the killer, Shachi's killer, got off the rooftop, and whether or not they used the explosion that occurred shortly afterwards to cover up evidence. And Yuma's trying to remember what happens, and Shinigami offered to punch him in the head to force the memories out so that they could recreate the scene. And he's trying to remember or what would be a good time to start it. And I want to say the roof. I want to say it happened shortly after Yuma got to the rooftop and discovered the body. So I'm going to pick that.
The culprit was gone by the time I discovered the body. It's likely that evidence was already destroyed. So if I'm going to recreate it, then it has to be earlier than that.
Okay, well then that would mean when the rooftop was first entered. I just assume that means when the peacekeepers were able to break through the door leading to the stairwell and enter, but maybe not. Maybe it refers to somebody else?
How about when Shachi first called me up to the rooftop? The culprit wouldn't have done anything to the scene yet. I can even compare it to when I found the corpse.
Alrighty, leave it to me! What is this daunting aura I sense? What are your intentions here?
Pow, right in the kisser. She literally knocked his block off. I think I made that joke the first time.
Are you alright, Yuma?
I'm in so much pain. I feel like I'm gonna pass out.
The corpse is gone, but nothing else has really changed about this place. I believe all that happened was you were assaulted, Yuma.
Not much time passed between when you first reached the rooftop and when you discovered the corpse. If nothing changed, then there are no clues here for you to use.
Hang on. There must be something. Something that the culprit destroyed to cover their tracks.
I wrenched this memory out of your tiny brain, so you don't have much time left to look around. Your time limit is until the pain in your head goes away. You better hurry up and investigate.
Got it. I'll hurry.
Poor Yuma, he's got to look for clues with a throbbing headache. Crime scene recreation. Follow the culprit's escape route. Okay. You did this to me.
Master!
Good luck finding some evidence. Okay. What if I click on... I know it's not the staircase.
Nothing seems particularly different. There's nothing odd about the security camera either.
Ugh. Okay, it's probably... Oh, hey, Fubuki.
Yuma,
I shall support you to the best of my abilities. Yeah, I appreciate that, Fubuki. Gotta be somewhere down the parking lot where the rubble was.
It seems like there's no place to hang a rope off of. There's nothing of note on this side of the wall. What is that? A storm drain? Has that always been there? Oh, right. The explosion. The explosion that happened right after I found the body must have buried it in rubble. So the drain was covered after a mysterious explosion.
The drain was buried in rubble from the explosion that happened right after the body was found. I'm starting to get an idea of who might be behind this. Or at least one of the perpetrators. I haven't ruled out that there might be multiple ones.
Anything, Master?
Yeah, I might have found a clue that shows how the culprit escaped.
Really? You did it, Yuma!
Mystery phantoms!
Chirp, 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 chirp. I was curious what all the tweeting was about.
It's
You're still
it's posting
very
now.
About all this nonsense. He committed suicide. There's nobody to pursue. After all, there's no place a culprit could run to. No one can run off a rooftop.
No one could escape the rooftop.
Which means if you can disprove that, then we'll defeat them and press forward.
Thinking of that storm drain, that had some really wide bars on the grill. Like you could slip through that and get your leg caught.
What's with these weirdo fantasies? I'm saying Shachi committed suicide.
Oh, another one where I gotta repel.
There is no other culprit. No one could have left that rooftop.
Oh, really?
That claim doesn't hold up! No, there is a culprit! There's a way to escape from the roof, too!
Ugh, such a drag. You're still talking about that? What a downer!
Solution keys. Drain high voltage lines.
The culprit had to be on the roof if it's not suicide.
Gotta be.
So where did the culprit go?
Gotta be the drain. Gotta be the solution key. Ah, dang. Sometimes sometimes my perception just
You can't escape
is off on some of it.
stairs. Or was the culprit on the roof the whole time? Impossible! There's simply no place to run.
I'll slash through this mystery!
There is a place to run, or should I say, a place to dive, or jump in.
No, there is a way out! The drain directly below the rooftop!
Don't let any shady statement slip by.
RDM options. Mystery Phantoms will ask a riddle from time to time. Read the question carefully and counter by repelling the words of the answer you think is right. Oh, okay. Interesting. Well, that example already gave us the answer. But there might be multiple riddles.
Found one. What's that got to do with fleeing from the roof? How did the culprit escape? Go ahead and try answering that.
How did the culprit escape? They dove into the drain.
This, I'll expose
Invited allies to the drain. Hey everybody, I found this really neat drain. Come see it.
That's right! The culprit dove into the drain from the roof! That was the culprit's escape route!
You guys... Oh yes, finally. Those guys were persistent.
They disappeared, but to leap into a storm drain from atop a roof? Is such an adventurous stunt truly possible?
I wasn't sure about that as well. But if the explosion was used to destroy evidence, I think that has to be the case. The culprit opened the storm drain's grates beforehand and jumped from the roof right after committing the crime. The Doya district was flooded, so naturally the drain would have been filled with water. Then, the culprit swam away.
It would only take a few seconds to escape the roof that way. So the culprit used a bomb to blow up the area, which covered up the evidence of their escape.
Why? We defeated these monsters already!
The problem here was follow the culprit's escape route.
So we have to leap into the drain just like the culprit did?
I have to jump from up here? And now more drains have suddenly appeared! What is happening?
One for each of us. Or is this going to be a question?
You have to make up your mind and jump!
No, I don't! I'm already falling!
Why is Fubuki always spinning? Oh, sorry, phone. Who was capable of committing this crime?
This way!
It was a resistance leader. Down the drain we go.
We actually made it.
Forgot to mute that while I'm recording.
I felt as if my heart would jump out of my chest. But we managed to get down.
It's not over yet. Look over there! Looks like all the suspects are here!
Must we fight all of them? Even Yuma cannot face 4 foes at once. They fled!
Then we better chase after them!
Chase scenes are common in adventures, but are you certain the culprit is among them?
There are only 2 ways the culprit could have gotten Shachi's gun, the murder weapon. Either steal it from the safe or get it from Shachi himself. In any case, the only ones who could have done it are members of the Resistance.
Is it possible the culprit took the victim's gun by force? If so, a complete stranger could have done it.
But if someone tried to take his gun, I'm sure Shachi would have drawn it and threatened them. If so, the culprit would have realized their target was left-handed.
I see. That would conflict with a cover-up attempted at the crime scene.
Is this end of the line? Oh, yeah, it sure is. Oh, now we're on a building.
The culprit issued a proclamation on behalf of the Resistance against the Peacekeepers. At the time, I didn't understand why it was sent to the Peacekeepers. But it must have been to corner Shachi by steering the Peacekeepers toward the hideout. The culprit then ambushed him when he arrived on the roof.
Which means the culprit anticipated the target fleeing up there.
Perhaps it was a planned escape route the Resistance had decided on beforehand. If they fled using the emergency stairs, it would be easy to shake off pursuers. As a matter of fact, the Peacekeepers were held up there. If he hadn't been killed, he would have escaped.
So all of it was calculated. Whoever it is, they are truly frightening. And that culprit is among them?
If we organize all the clues we've got so far, we can narrow down who the culprit is.
But how long will they keep running? At this rate, there's no end in sight.
Yeah, why are you all running? It makes you seem more suspicious.
Faster! Over there!
A giant water tank?
In here, you always find the culprit if you keep solving mysteries. So the only way to catch up to them is... to solve mysteries!
Gotta solve every mystery ahead, then we finally corner them. What would be necessary for the culprit to commit the crime?
Counting on you, Master!
Got it.
That's kind of a general question. Be left-handed, be good at swimming, be good at shooting. Well, if it was point-blank range, you wouldn't have to be a great shooter to accomplish that. But to be a good swimmer, yeah. Yeah, you wouldn't have to be left-handed either. Close the path, yeah. Flood it all.
In order to commit this crime, the most important requirement is to be an excellent swimmer. Jumping from that height into a storm drain would also require training and experience. Maybe they had high diving experience through swimming competitions.
We finally caught up!
The truth is crystal clear. The one who murdered Shachi...
None other than Weird Elf Guy, whose name I've forgotten, to be honest. But
I wouldn't kill anyone!
I didn't kill anyone!
yeah, it's a Cardi, that's it, yeah.
It's you, Icardi! You took advantage of your swimming skills to murder Shachi!
Huh? What? No! That's insane! I'm not the culprit! That's bullshit!
Would an innocent party really turn into a phantom?
I'm not the culprit!
Such a foreboding presence. Is this the true identity of the final monster protecting the hidden treasure?
But most of the mystery has already been solved. This is just its last stand. Master, let's solve this thing once and for all!
Right!
That tank's almost as big as he is. Okay, we got evidence pertaining to the other three resistance members. Servan's traumatic experience. Servan was nearly drowned in the irrigation channel, which caused him lasting trauma. Margalo's alibi. Security footage from Margalo's shop. He was talking to a customer at the time of the crime. Iruka's talent. Iruka used to be a competitive shooter. She and Shachi often trained with firearms together. Given those solution keys, I would assume he'd either try to pin it on Servan or Magalo. So I'll keep it on Servan's for now. See which one he goes with.
There are other resistance members! I know! Margala is the culprit! Margala shot Shachi on the roof!
Could be this, yeah. Yeah, his alibi would prove he couldn't be there at the time.
Margala has an alibi! It's impossible for him to have done it!
It's not Margala!
Oh, we're gonna have to go through.
Then Iruka is the culprit! Iruka knows a lot about handling guns!
What about this one? Shachi's gun was specially designed and assembled by Iruka.
She killed Shachi! And made it look like suicide!
For now,
Next, you gotta prove Iruka isn't the culprit, but she doesn't have an alibi, huh?
That's why...
Yeah, we have to approach this differently from how we handled Margalo. Then you gotta check the evidence for something that can help. Let's take another look at the solution keys. Well, it's got to be the one pertaining to Iruka.
Then Iruka is the culprit. Iruka knows a lot about handling guns. She killed Shachi and made it look like suicide.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Rise through this mystery.
I thought it might have been the previous one, but yeah, she wouldn't need to make it look like suicide if she could shoot him from far away.
Iruka designed the handgun, so she knew Shachi was left-handed.
And she would have put it in his left
No one
hand.
would have made that mistake faking his suicide.
Yeah. Servan's talent. Servan's... What is his talent? Servan is good at mechanical tinkering of all kinds. He specializes in security devices, but he also knows how to make bombs. Okay. I think his traumatic experience of almost drowning
It's not Iruka. I just
pertain the
don't
most
say
in
I'm the culprit.
this sequence. Oh, I didn't even notice you could stay up.
It's Servan. He killed Shachi on the roof and messed with the corpse.
Messed with the corpse?
Then escaped through the drain.
Yeah, no, that's the one I need to cut.
Servan was traumatized after once nearly drowning, so there's no way he would have dove into a drain.
We'll meet again, mystery detective.
Yuma, you did it! You defeated the monster! Huh? But what about the treasure?
That's strange. We found the culprit and also cut down his excuses. But the truth still hasn't appeared? Where is the real culprit's soul?
Also, the countdown hasn't stopped yet. It went down by a lot again.
Perhaps there is a secret final boss in this labyrinth? Wait, I know. It's...
Stop. If anything, I'm the secret protagonist.
Moving on. This means we haven't revealed the truth of this mystery labyrinth. Maybe it's because we don't have a solid overall picture of the case.
the overall picture?
There's no mistake that Ikari made Shachi's murder look like a suicide. But we don't know why he did it. If you wanted to kill him, there are simpler ways to do it. Why bring the Peacekeepers into this?
So we need to find the motive. As long as that's an unknown, we won't reach the truth.
Yeah, I feel like
Water is flowing somewhere.
making Yuma plant the bombs,
I wonder where it is heading.
making plant the bombs around the city and then blowing them up
Somewhere.
or pinning it on him was
If the
to
mystery
distract.
labyrinth is a reflection of reality,
I'll finish that point later.
water may have some significance.
Then let's see where it leads us. This could be the path to the hidden treasure.
You know, this case seems to involve water an awful lot. The slums where the crime took place are flooded, like the entire commercial area.
Right. Given that, the truth should be wherever the water leads.
Yeah, I feel like having Yuma set up the bombs around the city and then pinning him to be a terrorist to distract the peacekeepers was
Dead
part of a
end.
plot too.
And this countdown timer looks like it's linked to that countdown, and it's dropping by a lot.
Hey, Master? Maybe this isn't a dead end. Maybe it's a giant bomb.
Huh? What?
Oh my! What a big, breathtaking bomb! I cannot help but be impressed.
You shouldn't be!
I'm sure this is the heart of this mystery labyrinth. So there's only one thing left to do. Master, you just gotta defuse this bomb too, like how you did in the real world.
This giant bomb?
If you can solve the mystery, the bomb will stop ticking. So really, it's no different from what you've been doing.
Good luck, Yuma. I am confident that you can do it. For you are the elite bomb diffuser, he who tames the god of darkness, holy great detective warrior of light, Yuma.
You'll be fine, Master. You've got the best mentor there is.
Okay, I'll try.
Pinning a lot on Yuma there. What was the purpose of the bombing? Let's see. Indiscriminate terrorism, diversion, call to revolution. Yeah, gotta be diversion.
Seems like that was correct, yet the countdown has not stopped.
That has to mean there are more mysteries left.
You mean the diversion? What does it mean?
Since they made me defuse the bombs, the culprit's goal wasn't destruction. They just wanted to frame me as a terrorist to put the Peacekeepers' attention on me. That's why they set up such a complex, time-consuming puzzle that had me running all around Kanai Ward.
I meant I just wanted to know the definition of the word diversion.
What? I have to start there?
Gotta go all the way back to the beginning.
For now, you gotta defuse that bomb.
Right.
I apologize, Yuma. If only I could use my forte.
There's no need to apologize. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here right now.
Yuma.
Master, you're too reliant on others. It's about time you start doing things on your own. Well, I'm sure you can do it. I believe in you.
Hey, you two are the ones saying, you know, yeah, defuse the bomb.
The god of darkness believes in Yuma?
Focus! You're out of time, Master. Defuse this bomb!
What was the culprit doing during the diversion? And,
Looks like you won't be able to defuse this until you've unlocked it with a solution key.
oh, I gotta use its solution key. What do we do? What was the solution key? Talent? No. Southeast gun? No. Power plant office door. The water on the other side of the door is exerting too much pressure for... I don't see how that could be relevant. The flooding around the power plant is thought to have been caused by two accidents. First was drainage channel that draws rainwater from Marunima district collapsed. It seems there was a separate explosion at the channel at the same time. The phone booth exploded. Yeah, they were probably set up that other bomb. Second was the valve that adjusts the amount of water going to the power plant malfunctioned. There's a reservoir upstream from the plant where the water used for power generation adjusted, and the valve there was locked open. This caused water to keep flowing. So I believe these two accidents occurring at the same time is a coincidence. It's likely they were intentional, so it's got to be this one.
Yes! The countdown stopped! You defused it!
Great work, Yuma!
Now here's a door with a creepy baby doll face. Go in it.
So the culprit's real goal was to flood Marunimon district. They used the bomb threat to draw the Peacekeepers' attention toward me. Meanwhile, the culprit sabotaged the valves of the power plants and the reservoir to flood Marunimon district.
But what's the point in doing that?
Perhaps they wished to sow chaos throughout the city. The resistance was challenging the peacekeepers.
Then why not just detonate the bombs? A lot simpler than flooding the place.
It's true. If their goal was to cause chaos, they could have just used the bombs. Considering that, the culprit must not have wanted to destroy the place.
Yeah, they need something from the plant or maybe the office building we're in.
Finally cornered you.
Wait! Please hear me out. This was Shachi's wish.
Shachi's
Oh, this should be interesting.
Shachi was always fighting for the sake of Kanai Ward. He wanted to close the gap between the rich and poor. Wanted to reduce the suffering of children. This mission was to flood Marunaman district to send the rich a message. But flooding the place is just terrorism. It would only make them angry, not actually accomplish anything. So Shachi decided to offer up his life. He wanted me to kill him, to make it look like the peacekeepers did it.
He would have known the peacekeepers would try to cover it up.
His life for this mission. If you expose the truth, this would all be for nothing. Are you really going to disregard his dying wish? And his sacrifice? Now that you see the truth, please, just leave!
As for how the public would perceive Shachi's death, I doubt most of them even know who the Resistance was, much let alone that he was leading it.
Very well. I understand your circumstances. We shall take our leave.
No, Fubuki.
No.
That's a lie! Shachi didn't want this!
What? How would you know? You know nothing about the Resistance!
I've heard him speak! Shachi valued human lives more than anything!
The Resistance isn't a terrorist group. We don't kill people. We won't fight them with violence. It would only lead to more lives lost. We're gonna take them down the right way. The Resistance are not terrorists.
Shachi wouldn't resort to something as foul as this! Sacrifice? Dying wish? How dare you lie about that?
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Yuma!
You'll pay for this. I'll expose the truth and defend Shachi's honor!
Ooh, Yuma's getting into it now. Is it castle sieging time? Eat me up, Shinigami.
Let's head to the truth, Master.
That's stupid! No! I can do it! Shut up! Get away from me! That's bullshit! Stop! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Ooh,
Damn it all!
thought I pressed it too soon.
Go away! Stay away from me! Stop! 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 You're an outsider. What do you know? You have no idea what we went through in the slums. This is a declaration of our beliefs as part of the Resistance. We have to defeat Amaterasu Corporation. That's why we plunged the city into chaos. Shachi gave up his own life for that.
Here come the rationalizations.
Shachi told me to do it. This was all to defeat Amaterasu Corp. We were in a noble battle to end the disparity between rich and poor!
Destroy the fortress with the solution key! Alright. We were in a noble battle that ended the disparity between rich and poor. Resistance's motive. Resistance made a fake request to Yuma, which led to him setting up bombs across Kanai Ward. However, they also prepared a method to defuse the bombs, which they shared with him. And despite knowing it would back them into a corner, they still made a criminal declaration. Their actions seem to be inconsistent. What is the Resistance's true purpose? Drain. Yeah, that's what he used to escape. Probably not relevant. Moronamon District safe. Sturdy safe, including the bank. It has the latest time delayed lock. After operating the dial, do not open unless you wait exactly 5 minutes. Its airtight properties cause it to float on water, since the air cannot escape. Flooded. Moronamon District, probably not. Is it all the just they wanted the contents, or he wanted the contents of whatever was in the safe? Yeah, so. Yeah, this does seem to kind of conflict with what he was saying about just blowing up indiscriminately. Oh, no. Yeah. I wasn't confident about that, to be honest. Yeah, it wasn't this one. What did Sachi want to do anyway? Did he really choose to sacrifice himself? Then why would he fled Moronamon District?
Right.
Yeah, I'm sure that was the real objective. What? What do you mean? It was something we saw on the way to the power plant. Flooding that area caused several of them to float out. Culprit's true objective must have been to steal them. Yeah, it was the safe. Yeah. Yeah.
This is the truth of the case.
So that was it, huh? Just all about thievery? Unless there's something really incriminating in one of those saves against Amaterasu or the Peacekeepers.
Your plan has nothing to do with Shachi or the Resistance. You just wanted to take the safes.
Huh? Safes?
Many facilities in Moronamon districts use safes made by Amaterasu Corporation, including the bank. These safes are completely airtight, and they can actually float on water.
Oh, we did see some safes floating around Maranamon District.
The culprit knew they could float, and planned to exploit that to steal all the safes from the bank. The safes would normally be too heavy to move, and they'd be easy to take if they were floating.
So, it was a bank heist?
Yes, that's right. That's the truth behind this case. You took advantage of Kanai Ward's unique features in your plan to rob the bank. This isn't what the Resistance believed in. In fact, you took advantage of their beliefs.
We did it, Master. Now that we've exposed the truth of this case, we just need to finish off that filthy criminal.
Right. Let's finish this. For Shachi. Let's go, Shinigami. I'll charge my solution blade with the facts of this case.
Yeah, this case and this culprit seemed like almost seems like a purposeful opposite of the last case, where there were more, the culprits were more sympathetic, being the three schoolgirls just wanting revenge for their friend's murder. Yeah, this is pretty cut and dry, yeah. Icardi's, pretty shitty guy, taking advantage of the Resistance and killing the leader and just to rob a few safes. What did Yuma set up for the Resistance? That would be the cameras, and that is not available at this time. Where did the bombing occur? The phone booth. Yeah. Alright, what do we unlock here? Sachi's gun and Sachi's right hand. What weapon did the culprit obtain? Sachi's gun. Alright. This is what Yuma set up. The culprit placed the gun in which person's hand? His right hand. It's still crazy that he wouldn't know that Shachi was left-handed. That he would make that kind of mistake. Where did the culprit flee from? No, it was the, Oh, yeah, it'd be the open drain, yeah. That wording is a little weird, like, flee from? They more like flee to, wouldn't it be? Or from what egress do they flee from? I don't know. What did the culprit do in Marunimon? He submerged it. Culprit is Icardi. Mystery unraveled. Now break it down, gang.
Step right up, step right up! A bomb scare, a flood, and a suicide to throw the whole town into chaos! True bombs are about to be dropped! Time for the deduction denouement!
It all started with a request from the Resistance. Shachi asked me to set up security cameras around the city.
You got those cameras from someone by the name of Servan. But they had bombs inside them.
I had no idea, so I set up those camera bombs all around the city. The culprit hijacked Shachi's original plan and conducted a series of crimes.
What's up with the flickering on the screen?
Marunimon district exploded first. Luckily, there were no casualties. But the culprit also bombed the drain in Marunimon district at the same time.
Must have been an issue with that one image.
Someone snitched and said you were responsible. But that must have been the culprit too.
Since the Peacekeepers' eyes were on me, it made it easier to pull off the rest of their crimes. The culprit took Shachi's gun and went to the roof of the Resistance hideout in Doya district.
Shachi followed soon after. I saw him being chased by the Peacekeepers. The culprit was waiting there to ambush him.
I was heading up the emergency stairs to the roof, but along the way...
Bang! We heard a ringing gunshot!
Shachi was ambushed by the culprit and shot to death. Once it was finished, they placed the gun in Shachi's right hand to make it look like a suicide.
But it's actually a left-handed gun! Getting caught because of your own cover-up is borderline weak sauce!
Why borderline? With their cover set up, the culprit jumped into the open drain and escaped from the roof unseen.
I thought it was impossible to jump off the roof. But the area was already flooded, so the drain was filled with water.
Splat.
Right after the escape, I arrived on the rooftop and discovered Shachi's body.
And kaboom! The hideout exploded!
The drain was buried in the rubble from this explosion. A bomb had been set in advance to hide the killer's escape. After that, we all went around town trying to defuse the bombs. The culprit took advantage of the chaos to open the valve of the reservoir upstream from the power plant.
Since the drain had been dammed in the explosion, when all that backed up water had even more added to it, Marinamon district became totally drenched and shitty.
Right, it became a drenched city. Marinamon district is now flooded, and many facilities have safes made by Amaterasu Corporation. The banks are no exception.
These safes are heavy and difficult to move, but because they're so airtight, they can float on water.
As a result, they all floated out of the flooded banks. Collecting these safes was the culprit's true goal.
Sinking an entire district just to be a small-time looter. I can't tell if the guy thinks big or small.
And there were no peacekeepers around to see some guy on a raft collecting up the
The
safes.
only ones who could commit these crimes were the resistance leaders with access to Shachi's gun.
And only one guy was a good enough swimmer to dive right into the drain.
Shachi really did try to save this city. But the culprit not only took over his plan, but killed and framed him.
This criminal lost his pride and dignity as a member of the Resistance, becoming nothing more than a money grubber. And his true identity is...
Hey, Cardi! It was you!
What? I guess he had a rope or something to tie all the safes together. And hitched them to the raft. Dragged them along. Although, how was he planning on looting them? Was he just going to do it while they were still floating? As soon as they were open, they would sink. If you try to drag them on land, they'd be too heavy for one guy to move himself.
This city. I was sick of all of Shachi's idealistic nonsense. Fighting the peacekeepers wouldn't have changed anything. That's why. I was gonna take the money and get out of here.
They're not letting anybody leave the city.
What's wrong? This rotten place.
Is this the hidden treasure? It is far different than what I was imagining.
I think so. I felt the same way when I first saw one.
So, this is it. I was not much help after all. I relied on you the entire time, Yuma.
That's not true. You're a great partner, Fubuki.
Really?
Yeah, really.
I am grateful to have joined you on this adventure, Yuma. I think it helped me grow as a person. Just a little bit.
Well, you are gonna forget all of it soon.
Oh no! All that character development.
What?
I am sorry for being so rude to you.
What?
I assumed you were a vulgar god of darkness, based solely on your looks.
Yeah, that's pretty rude of you.
But now I realize that you have been a wonderful guide. When you said you believed in Yuma, I realized there was a bond of trust between the two of you. And now, frankly, I adore you. Please consider being my friend.
You're gonna forget it all anyway.
Yuma, while I may be ignorant and naive, one day, I hope to be a great adventurer and detective, just like you. The labyrinth-delving elite bomb diffuser, he who tames the god of darkness, holy great detective warrior of light. You truly are amazing, Yuma.
He's become a novel.
The title is getting way too long.
Enough chit-chat. It's time for the part you've all been waiting for.
Huh? What is it? What is about to happen? Wait a minute. Do you mean we are going to leap into the basin?
No.
What basin?
It's time to boot kill the bad guy.
If that's a reference, I'm not picking up on it.
Surging bloodlust. Overflowing despair. The brilliant soul of Shinigami shall expunge this cursed case. Death to all deplorables. Ruin to the vile mystery labyrinth.
It's that time again. It's punishment time! Fun little heist, but didn't quite feel so satisfying because didn't really. I mean, Cardi didn't really even get a chance to develop as a character, so it didn't feel too much like a big betrayal.
We've returned from the mystery labyrinth, but we're still in grave danger. How do we get out of this?
That's what I was saying.
Now that I think about it, the culprit isn't here, so there's no way you can prove your innocence. Solving the mystery labyrinth doesn't help in this situation one bit.
Come on! Why did we do all that work to discover the truth?
That's why I said she should have possessed Dominic and just go on a rampage.
Master.
But this time, we're done for.
Now, Dominic, go nuts and crush their little heads.
Be a great time for Ikari's body just to show up.
That's enough.
Or Alara, yeah, and Dezuhiko.
Sorry to keep you waiting, my man. You too, princess?
Desuhiko! Alara!
The both of you are safe.
What do you think of my grand entrance? Fitting for a charismatic leader, no?
Master detectives with the same, unlike a certain trainee.
Hey, big guy! You're messing with the wrong dude. The criminal you're looking for is right here.
What?
That's...
Oh, they picked him up. Ah, nice.
Chief Yako! And,
Vivia, did you forget already?
You know what? I don't blame her for forgetting him.
Screen time, and my name's hard to remember, so I don't blame you.
Well, we got two characters breaking the fourth wall.
And the trainee too, I guess. I'm kidding, just joking around.
Everyone is safe! Oh, what a relief.
Wait, you're gonna cry? Master, you're gonna cry?
where did you all come from? You know what'll happen if you interfere with the peacekeepers!
Like I said, you're messing with the wrong dude. The ones who planted those bombs were the resistance people on that boat over there. Too bad one of them died from a heart attack. I have no idea why.
Yeah, I figured Servan must have helped him out making the bombs.
Find that the cause of death wasn't a homicide.
In other words, Yuma is innocent. Or do peacekeepers punish the innocent?
Okay,
You can prove his innocence?
okay, as corrupted and as much as the Peacekeepers love sweeping things under the rug, they could easily say that that the detectives killed Ikari just to, you know, take the blame off Yuma. And you know what? They wouldn't be wrong in assuming that.
You heard her. You got something to say?
I was threatened by Hikari to make those devices. I didn't know what was going on.
I was gonna. Servan's the key there. Yeah.
True. I didn't know about the big robbery, and I didn't think that would happen to Shachi. It was all set up by Hikari. Please, I'll confess everything I know. Please spare my life.
Oh, that ties that loose end.
Captured them on a boat in front of the bank. Safe deposit boxes owned by the wealthy were floating nearby. They were caught red-handed. One can conclude that the events in question were all part of a bank robbery planned by Icardi.
The leader of the resistance was also murdered to pin the crimes on him.
After stealing the safes, they were planning to leave Kanai Ward via the waterway. Ironically, Icardi died of a sudden seizure. Trying to take more money than you can carry will only lead to your own downfall. Seems like an expensive lesson.
What about the other leaders of the resistance? Margala and Aruka. You're saying they had nothing to do with it?
Yes.
Anyway, we're taking Yuma with us. You got no problem with that, right? My terrifying kitten.
I like Dezuhiko's confidence.
Looks like we're free to go.
Yes.
The Peacekeeper lady's still staring at me. Maybe she's in love with me.
I don't know about that.
Now that we've handed over the resistance, the rest is up to the Peacekeepers. Come on, everyone. Let's go.
Case closed. Wow, that only took 2 episodes.
I think this solves the case for the time being. Another person died. No. I committed murder. Just because he committed a crime doesn't make it right for me to kill him. He took advantage of Shachi's death, and I hunted him down without hesitation. And thanks to that, another life was lost.
Why do you look so sad? Are you always like this when you solve a case?
Huh? What?
Yuma, you weren't in the wrong. I think you did the right thing.
Huh?
Even if others disagree, I will always say that you were right. So please, don't make that face.
Thank you, Kurumi. If you ask me if what I did was right or wrong, I don't think I was in the right.
That's not true, because...
But I don't need to be right. I need to have conviction.
Conviction?
The strength of a heart that refuses to yield, no matter the situation. Or maybe it's like a detective's creed. Something to guide me when I don't know what to do. It's something I don't have yet. I don't know where to turn when stuff like this happens.
It doesn't seem that way to me. Yuma, you saved me because you wanted to help someone, didn't you? And you got dragged into this mess because you wanted to help the resistance and the people in the slums.
Actually, I didn't want to help the
That has
resistance.
nothing to do with being a detective. It's what any human would normally do.
Is that so? A detective with the conviction to do what any human would normally do is a wonderful thing. This is embarrassing, so I'll only say this once. Even if you deny it yourself,
I have crabs. I mean, damn it.
you're in the right. And that's why I hope you'll always be a detective.
No. That's sweet. Well, that wraps up the case. And this episode is about to count down. Only got about almost 10 seconds left here. So I'll have to pause it right after the loading screen. And I'll just cut it there. And then we'll pick up right here in this cutscene. So thanks for tuning in. And I'll see y'all next time. Take care.